In a recent video, we talked about the AC-72s of the 34th America's Cup, and how Oracle Team USA capsized their AC-72 during a practice session in San Francisco Bay after passing through the so-called death zone. Today we are going to explain more about the nature of the death zone, and also show you a cockpit view of us sailing through the death zone and explain how we make it to the other side. Modern sailing boats can sail in most directions relative to the wind, except straight up wind, with the fastest point of sail being a beam reach, where the wind is perpendicular to the direction of travel. The death zone, for very fast boats, generally lies just below a beam reach, at around 95 to 105 degrees off the wind. When sailing to windward on a windward-leeward course, the helmsperson can power up the boat by steering towards a beam reach and depower by steering towards head to wind. Similarly, when sailing downwind, the helmsperson can power up the boat by steering up towards a beam reach and depower by heading downwind. But inside the death zone, the helmsperson can't easily steer up or down to depower the boat because they're right between the two. So the boat can accelerate quickly and lose control if the crew don't take appropriate action to slow it down. People normally think of the death zone at the windward mark during a bear-away when the boat is turning from upwind to downwind mode, but it can also be an issue when turning from downwind to upwind, as we'll see in just a minute. We were out racing a few weeks ago on our 27-foot, 8.2-meter F82R trimaran and approaching the downwind mark of the course with a 40-foot, 12-meter CM1200 right behind us, sailing at around 10 to 12 knots of boat speed and 10 knots of wind. The downwind mark happened to be an island, so it wasn't something we could round quickly to get through the death zone. But we weren't too worried because the wind was well below the capsize limit for our boat. Time to raise the jib in preparation for heading upwind after the mark rounding. As we doused the spinnaker, you can see the island we're rounding on the right-hand side of your screen. We immediately followed up with a jibe, and the helmsperson steered the boat up towards a beam reach and the death zone. As we trim in the jib, the boat starts to accelerate, as you can see by the spray on the left of your screen and the wake behind the boat. As the boat accelerates, I look around to determine next steps and decide to derotate the mast to depower the boat. This boat has a rotating wing mast, which adds considerable reaching power, and derotating it should slow the boat. But as the helmsperson tries to steer the boat, the rudder just creates a rooster tail of spray and the boat keeps accelerating. Most monohulls, like the CM1200 behind us, are most powered up under spinnaker, but a fast multi-hull or skiff can be far more powered up in the death zone just below a beam reach, and to escape the death zone, you need to ease the sails. Easing the sails immediately slows the boat and allows the helmsperson to regain control and head upwind. Most sailors would find it unusual to ease the sails to turn upwind, but that's what you have to do when you're overpowered in the death zone. Many fast multi-hulls these days have anti-capsize devices which automatically ease the sails when they sense things aren't going as they should. These devices, and always keeping the crew alert and ready to ease the sails, can hopefully keep us all from winding up like Oracle Team USA. To be fair to them, they were sailing in more than twice as much wind as we were and on a much more powerful boat, so it could also be that there was nothing that could have been done in that situation other than to not be there in the first place. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and watch this next video.